1. R2-D2, the hero astromech. R2-D2 is more than just a droid. He's the fearless, loyal heart of the Star Wars saga. Built as an astromech for spacecraft repair and navigation, R2-D2 served many legendary masters: Queen Amidala, Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Luke Skywalker. His bravery and problem-solving have saved lives countless times, from fixing damaged starships mid-battle to carrying the secret Death Star plans that helped destroy the Empire. Despite only speaking in beeps, R2's personality is unmistakable. Brave, sarcastic, and unshakably loyal. Unlike most droids, he never had his memory wiped, allowing him to carry the entire Skywalker legacy within his circuits. He has witnessed every major event, from the Clone Wars to the rise of the Resistance. Whether flying alongside Jedi or outsmarting villains, R2-D2 consistently proves that courage, intelligence, and loyalty can come from the unlikeliest heroes, even a small blue and white astromech unit from Naboo. 2. C-3PO, the protocol droid. C-3PO, the galaxy's most anxious and talkative droid, was originally built by young Anakin Skywalker on Tatooine. Designed for protocol and translation, he's fluent in over 6 million forms of communication, making him essential for diplomacy, trade, and survival. His golden plating, stiff movements, and constant complaining hide a deep sense of loyalty and morality. C-3PO often finds himself unwillingly involved in dangerous adventures alongside R2-D2, serving the Skywalker family, Leia Organa, and the Rebel Alliance. Despite being terrified of blasters, space travel, and war, he's saved his friends countless times, from decoding crucial messages to calming tense negotiations. While his humor and clumsiness often provide comic relief, C-3PO represents empathy and connection in a galaxy of machines and warfare. He's proof that even a non-combat droid can play a vital role in uniting people and keeping hope alive during times of chaos and rebellion. 3. BB-8, the modern astromech. BB-8 became an instant fan favorite when he debuted in The Force Awakens. This spherical astromech serves as pilot Poe Dameron's loyal companion, and is built for high mobility, speed, and charm. His round body and independently moving dome head allow expressive gestures. He nods, shakes, and even looks sad or excited. BB-8's adventurous nature shines when he carries a vital map fragment leading to Luke Skywalker, making him a key figure in the Resistance's early victories. He's fearless under pressure, whether repairing starfighters in battle or helping Rey and Finn escape the First Order. Though he communicates only through beeps and whistles, his personality feels alive, playful, curious, and fiercely devoted. BB-8 symbolizes the new era of droids, advanced, adorable, and emotionally engaging. Through courage and heart, this little rolling droid continues R2-D2's heroic legacy for a new generation of Star Wars fans. 4. K2SO, the reprogrammed Imperial droid. K2SO stands out as one of the most unique and beloved droids in Star Wars history. Originally an Imperial security droid designed for enforcement and intimidation, K2 was reprogrammed by Rebel pilot Cassian Andor. With his towering frame and blunt personality, he combines dry sarcasm with unwavering loyalty. His honesty, often brutally delivered, adds humor to the darker tone of Rogue One. Unlike most droids, K2 possesses an independent spirit, questioning orders and showing genuine care for his team. His courage shines brightest during the Scarif mission, where he sacrifices himself to help Jyn Erso and Cassian transmit the Death Star plans. That final act of bravery transforms him from a reprogrammed machine into a true hero of the rebellion. K2SO represents redemption, proof that even something built for oppression can become a symbol of sacrifice and freedom when given purpose and compassion. 5. L3-37, the droid activist L3-37 from Solo. A Star Wars story is unlike any other droid in the galaxy. Built from self-modified parts of various models, L3 is a symbol of independence, intelligence, and rebellion. She's Lando Calrissian's co-pilot aboard the Millennium Falcon and fights passionately for droid rights, demanding freedom from organic control. Her outspoken nature and fearless personality make her both hilarious and inspiring. L3's technical genius and navigational skills are unmatched, helping the crew survive the dangerous Kessel Run. Tragically, she's destroyed during the mission, but her memory is uploaded into the Falcon systems, making her an eternal part of one of the most iconic ships in Star Wars history. L3-37's story blends humor, tragedy, and legacy, showing that droids are more than machines. Through her voice and sacrifice, she embodies the fight for individuality and equality in a galaxy ruled by oppression. 6. IG-88, the assassin droid. IG-88 is one of the deadliest droids ever built, a cold, calculating assassin with no empathy or mercy. Created during the Clone Wars era, IG-88 was part of an experimental series of advanced hunter droids. But soon after activation, he killed his creators and uploaded his consciousness into multiple identical bodies. He became a feared bounty hunter across the galaxy, working for the Empire and criminal syndicates alike. Ruthless and efficient, he competed with legends like Boba Fett for high-value targets. At one point, IG-88 even tried to take control of the Death Star by uploading his mind into its systems, a plan that nearly worked. His design inspired later models like IG-11, but none matched his deadly precision. IG-88 represents the terrifying potential of artificial intelligence gone rogue, a machine built to serve but evolved to dominate, hunt, and destroy with flawless precision. 7. IG-11, the Redeemed Hunter. IG-11, introduced in The Mandalorian, began as a bounty hunter droid programmed to eliminate targets with ruthless precision. Cold, logical, and deadly, he initially sought to kill the child, Grogu. However, after being reprogrammed by Quill, he transformed from a killer into a protector. IG-11's new programming gave him empathy, loyalty, and a sense of purpose, redefining what a droid could be. His combat skills remained unmatched, but now they were guided by compassion rather than greed. The culmination of his story comes in the Season 1 finale, where IG-11 sacrifices himself to save Din Djarin, Grogu, and their allies by self-destructing in a final act of heroism. His evolution from merciless assassin to selfless guardian made him one of the most beloved droids in the Star Wars universe, a symbol of redemption, trust, and the possibility of change, even for machines designed for destruction. 8. HK-47, the Sith Assassin Droid. HK-47, from the Knights of the Old Republic video game series, is one of the most iconic and darkly hilarious droids in Star Wars lore. Created by the Sith Lord Darth Revan, HK-47 was designed to be a perfect assassin, intelligent, stealthy, and brutally efficient. He refers to all organic beings as meat bags, reflecting both his disdain and his twisted sense of humor. Unlike most droids, HK-47 possesses a sharp personality, sarcastic, sadistic, and philosophical about violence. Despite being pure evil in programming, he's oddly charming and beloved by fans for his unique dialogue and dark wit. Throughout his existence, he serves multiple masters, always questioning morality, loyalty, and the nature of life itself. HK-47 represents the dangerous genius of the Old Republic era, a weapon that talks too much, kills too easily, and makes you laugh while doing it. He's proof that even murder machines can have unforgettable personalities. 9. Chopper, C-1-10P, the Rebels' Menace. C-1-10P, better known as Chopper, is the chaotic and grumpy astromech from Star Wars Rebels. Unlike the polite R2-D2, Chopper is selfish, loud, and sometimes downright violent. Yet somehow, he's deeply loyal to his crew aboard the Ghost. Built from mismatched parts, he's old, cranky, and unpredictable, constantly arguing with his human allies and other droids. But beneath his rough attitude lies a hero. Chopper has saved his friends countless times by hacking systems, piloting ships, and even fighting in battles. His kill count and combat record are shockingly high for an astromech. Despite his questionable morals, the Ghost crew treats him like family. His relationship with Hera Syndulla shows his hidden affection, and his rebellious streak embodies the spirit of the rebellion itself. Chopper proves that not all heroes are polished or polite. Some are messy, moody, and still irreplaceable. 10. GNK Gonk Droid, the Walking Battery. The GNK power droid, affectionately known as the Gonk droid, is one of the simplest yet most beloved designs in Star Wars. These boxy, two-legged units function as mobile power generators, basically walking batteries that provide energy to ships, bases, and other droids. Their slow, clunky walk and repetitive gonk-gonk sound made them unexpected fan favorites. Though they lack personality or advanced AI, gonk droids symbolize the everyday machinery that keeps the galaxy running. In a universe filled with heroes, lightsabers, and starfighters, gonk droids remind us of the quiet background workers that make everything possible. They've appeared everywhere, from Imperial bases to rebel outposts, sometimes even being repurposed or humorously worshipped by fans. The Gonk's enduring popularity proves that even the most basic, functional droid can leave a lasting mark. They may not talk or fight, but their steady hum powers the Star Wars galaxy. 11. Mouse Droid, MSE-6, the Tiny Messenger. The MSE-6, better known as the Mouse Droid, might be one of the smallest and most overlooked droids in the Star Wars universe, yet its role is surprisingly important. These tiny box-shaped droids scurry around Imperial ships and stations, including the Death Star, performing tasks like delivering messages, cleaning, and data maintenance. Their high-pitched squeaks and frantic movements add a sense of life to the cold, mechanical interiors of Imperial bases. Despite their simplicity, mouse droids serve as a clever symbol of the Empire's vast, efficient machinery. Thousands of mindless workers maintaining order behind the scenes. They're also a source of humor. One famously panicked and fled from Darth Vader in A New Hope, showing even machines know when to be afraid. Though not powerful or heroic, mouse droids represent the little details that make Star Wars feel alive, proof that even the smallest droid has its place in the galaxy. 12. Battle Droids. The Comic Relief Army. Battle droids, officially known as B-1 series, were the backbone of the Separatist army during the Clone Wars. Mass-produced in millions, they were designed for simple obedience and overwhelming numbers rather than intelligence or strength. Clumsy, fragile, and often hilariously incompetent, their robotic voices and catchphrase, "Roger, Roger," became iconic across the fandom. Despite their comedic behavior, these droids played a serious role in galactic history, serving under leaders like Count Dooku and General Grievous to fight the Republic. Behind their humor lies a darker truth. They represent the cold efficiency of war and the expendability of machines in galactic politics. Their design was intentionally simple, making them cheap to replace but easy to control. Battle droids highlight how technology can dehumanize warfare, reducing soldiers to tools. Even with all their flaws, they've earned a place in pop culture as both the funniest and most tragic soldiers in Star Wars. 13. Super Battle Droid, B-2 series. The B-2 Super Battle Droid was the next evolution of the B-1 model, a stronger, smarter, and deadlier machine designed for direct combat. These droids were heavily armored, carried integrated blasters on their wrists, and didn't rely on external control signals like their weaker predecessors. Introduced during the height of the Clone Wars, they marched fearlessly through explosions and enemy fire, overwhelming even Jedi forces with relentless aggression. Unlike the clumsy B-1s, the B-2s were silent, emotionless, and efficient, a terrifying sight on the battlefield. Their design reflected the Separatists' push for superior military power through technology. Though they lacked individuality, their presence symbolized industrial warfare at its peak. Even decades later, remnants of these droids appeared in scrapyards and outposts, serving as relics of a brutal era. The Super Battle Droid remains one of the most intimidating mechanical soldiers ever built. Pure metal, pure menace, pure war. 14. Droideka, the Destroyer. Droid. Droidekas, also known as destroyer droids, are among the most feared battle machines in Star Wars. Designed by the Colicoids, these spider-like droids roll into battle in a compact wheel form and unfold into a deadly tripod shape. Their twin blasters fire rapid bursts of energy, and their personal deflector shields make them nearly invincible to small arms fire. Even Jedi struggled against them, as seen in The Phantom Menace. Droidekas were the ultimate combination of speed, defense, and destruction, embodying the terrifying precision of droid warfare. Their mechanical rolling sound became a symbol of dread during the Clone Wars. Unlike B-1s, they had no personality, only cold efficiency. Every encounter with a droideka meant one thing: retreat or die. Though their numbers faded after the fall of the Separatists, they remain one of the most iconic and efficient combat droids ever created, silent, relentless, and devastatingly effective in every battle. 15. R2-D2, the droid that changed history. R2-D2's story is brief, but legendary. In A New Hope, this red and white astromech was nearly sold to Luke Skywalker and Uncle Owen before his motivator malfunctioned, forcing the Jawas to sell R2-D2 instead. That single failure changed the fate of the galaxy. Expanded Star Wars lore later revealed that R5 deliberately sabotaged himself after learning R2 carried a message vital to the rebellion, allowing his friend to fulfill his mission. Once dismissed as a bad droid, R5's story became one of quiet heroism. Later appearances, including The Mandalorian, show him living a modest life, still serving faithfully decades after the fall of the Empire. R5-D4's journey reminds us that destiny can turn on the smallest decisions, or in this case, one broken motivator. He may not have fought in wars or flown in battles, but R5-D4's single act of sacrifice helped shape galactic history forever. 16. EV-9D9. The Torture Droid. EV-9D9 is one of the creepiest and most disturbing droids in the Star Wars universe. She first appears in Return of the Jedi, managing Jabba the Hutt's droid operations in his palace on Tatooine. Cold, sadistic, and emotionless, EV-9D9 is responsible for torturing and reprogramming other droids, often enjoying their suffering. Her chilling voice and mechanical grin make her unforgettable. Once designed for industrial supervision, EV-9D9's programming was corrupted over time, turning her into a cruel overseer obsessed with dominance. Her scenes add a dark layer to Star Wars, showing that even droids can become twisted reflections of their masters. Interestingly, later appearances hint that she escaped Jabba's palace and began working in a cantina, serving drinks instead of inflicting pain. EV-9D9 represents the moral decay of Tatooine's underworld and the eerie truth that cruelty isn't limited to humans. Even machines can learn it. 17. L0-L-A59, Lola. Leia's companion L0-L-A59, or Lola, made her debut in Obi-Wan Kenobi as Princess Leia's beloved companion droid. Small, round, and butterfly-like in design, Lola serves as both a playmate and a guardian. She represents Leia's innocence and intelligence at a young age, reflecting her curious, adventurous spirit. When Lola is briefly corrupted by the Empire, it mirrors Leia's first encounter with the darkness of her galaxy, but also her resilience in overcoming it. Beyond her charming design and soft chirps, Lola plays a symbolic role. She's a child's first glimpse of loyalty, friendship, and rebellion. Despite her size, she embodies the spark of hope that Leia would one day spread across the galaxy. For fans, L0-LA59 is a reminder that Star Wars isn't just about war and politics. It's also about love, compassion, and the small friendships that inspire heroes to rise. 18. A P5, the Imperial Inventory Droid. A P5 is one of the most underrated droids in Star Wars, first introduced in Star Wars Rebels. Once an Imperial Inventory droid, A P5 was repurposed by the Rebellion after developing independence and sarcasm. His tall, thin frame and calm, monotone voice contrast sharply with his dry humor and blunt honesty. Constantly annoyed by Chopper and the Ghost Crew's chaos, AP5 delivers some of the funniest lines in the series. Yet behind the snark lies a sense of melancholy. A droid who once served a system of control but now seeks freedom and belonging. His most memorable moment comes when he drifts peacefully in space, singing joyfully after escaping danger, a surreal, beautiful scene of liberation. A P5 represents individuality, freedom, and the strange poetry found within machines. He may not fight with blasters or lightsabers, but his intelligence and personality make him one of the Rebellion's most unexpectedly human heroes. 19. B2EMO-B, Cassian's old droid. B2EMO, affectionately called B, is a loyal and emotional salvage droid from the Andor series. Outdated, slow, and stuttering due to damaged memory banks, B reflects the grounded, realistic tone of the show. Unlike most droids, B2EMO visibly struggles with time and energy, mirroring human aging and memory loss. Despite his limitations, he remains fiercely loyal to Cassian Andor and the Marva family, acting as a companion, caretaker, and emotional anchor. B's expressive eyes and halting speech make him feel heartbreakingly real, especially during moments of grief and loneliness. His final message from Marva Andor sparks the uprising on Ferrix, proving that even an old, forgotten droid can ignite rebellion. B2EMO isn't flashy or powerful, but his vulnerability and loyalty capture what Star Wars does best, finding courage and love in the most unexpected places. B reminds us that emotion isn't exclusive to humans. It's built into the heart of rebellion itself. 20. Forlom, the Bounty Hunter Droid. Forlom is a cold, calculating bounty hunter who proves that intelligence and greed can coexist within circuits. Originally a protocol droid programmed for etiquette and translation, he malfunctioned and reprogrammed himself, developing a fascination with crime and profit. Partnering with the insectoid hunter Zuckuss, 4LOM became one of the galaxy's most efficient bounty hunters, often hired by the Empire and Jabba the Hutt. His sleek, insect-like head and glowing eyes give him a haunting presence, symbolizing his transformation from servant to predator. Unlike emotion-driven droids like IG-11, 4LOM operates purely on logic, but his logic is corrupted by greed. He represents the thin line between programming and free will, showing how self-awareness can lead even machines into moral decay. Though his appearances are brief, his lore runs deep in comics and novels, where his rivalry with Boba Fett cements his place among the galaxy's most notorious hunters.